Life is 100 flights of stairs in a building with an elevator that goes extremely slow. Some were born on the 25th floor, but most of us were born on the first. In the quest to reach the top, the trick is to take the stairs, regardless of where you started out, and never enter the comfortable elevator, no matter how you've caught up. Welcome everybody, welcome to yet another day of Limitless Hoops. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, make sure that you check it in the comment section so we see what you're all about. Alright, and that's about it right there from my little intro thing. Alright, we got Connor Rush here, what's going on? We got Wyatt Ingalls, Noah Mass says, what's poppin'? You changed your greeting. I like that. Alright, what's poppin'? Anyways, hey, Wyatt, we need you to check your email to accept the invite. Alright, you did your part well enough for the for our trips to get added to our website for the NCAA recruiting thing. But we also need you to now that I've added you to our bench, you have to accept it. And they make that step there so that because all I do is search, and I can search for anybody, and I can add anyone to our bench. So they try to stop people from just adding like 7-foot kids, so or like strangers who don't know you. So I added you. You just have to accept the invitation, and then you are good to go. All right, Kieran and Declan Louth, hi. That is so much better than what's poppin' or what's up, man. You guys are so cool. All right. Anyways, let's begin. We got let's see, what action do I want to take? I want to take this action right there. All right. We have the quote of the day is, I can, therefore I am. All right, of course, this is a play off of the very, very famous quote by, I don't know, Nostradamus or Socrates or someone, where it says, I think, therefore I am, or ergo, or whatever. All right, but this is, I can, therefore I am. I believe what this is trying to say is, there's a difference between can and can't, right? Can and can't. All right? And I think that the biggest difference is like your will and your ability. So basically, if you are to be anyone in basketball, if you are to be of worth, the only thing that really matters is if you can or can't do it. So can you do it? All right? And if you're able to accomplish it, then therefore you've made something of yourself. For me, in our program, I would say the can is only can you try your hardest? Are you able to put 100% out there? And I think honestly, I can't swear to you guys enough. That's the only thing that will matter. All right. Again, most adults will probably say something in this regard. People who have lived a long time who are wise will say this. Kids who have it all together will say it. But I think at the end of the day, no one really knows. No one knows if this life matters. What should be the goal of it? Is it happiness? Is it this? Is it taking care of others? Is it war? We don't know the answers to life. But I would bet a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of our coins as well. That happiness lies somewhere in the combination between your passion and your efforts, and putting those two entities together, taking your greatest passion and applying your greatest efforts toward them. All right, and then I guess you could take it on a macro level as well and take the entire world's passion. What is the entire world passionate about, whether it's world peace or whatever. And then if you can get the entire world to put forth their effort toward that as well. And I think that you've lived a good life then. We don't know much more than that. We're all in this fishbowl, just guessing, little goldfish. And that's about as close as we can come. So as simple as it sounds, I can, therefore I am. What are you doing? All right, what are you doing on a daily basis that is going toward that ideal? All right, what are you doing to help your dreams out? What are you doing every single second of every single day? What are you doing to make yourself a better human being, a better person, a better player? All right, because if you're not doing any of those things, then why even exist? I don't know. Why were you even put here on this earth, right? You have to have a purpose, and because if you aren't doing anything, then it was a waste of time. All right, so don't waste your time here on earth. All right, if you want to be someone, if you want to say I am this, I am that. All right, you got to start with I can. All right, and it's not I hope I can. It's not maybe I can. It's yes, I can. And again, I think it's well beyond, especially for sports, because of high being involved and everything like that. It's just effort. Just a true effort and a true going about things, preparing for it, step-by-step process, and to make sure that the effort is as efficient as possible. So I can, therefore I am. I'm moving on to the elementary school workout. We got the famous Buffalo layup drill. That stuff is next Tuesday. And then we have points in the pot. It's a free throw game. So get ready to practice that stuff. We got dribble handoff defense, where we add a flat show, and we will get to the point of doing that. I didn't really bring that one up in a serious way for our other kids until years had passed. But once I did, I remember Armand, who we'll be playing against Armand as well. Armand Craig. He would call it out every single handoff. He was so good at that. And Ian was pretty good at it. Finley, of course. All right, but the dribble handoff, man, it happens out of nowhere, and how we play defense on that, it's crucial because you don't know if the person's gonna go back door, come for the handoff, fake the handoff. All right, so it's a pretty complicated play, and that's why we added to our offense. All right, and it's you don't quite get to stack up on it like the pick and roll, but it's still basically a pick and roll, but with the opposite effect kind of thing, right? All right, so we like to flat show. I talked about it last time. I'll talk more about it before this actual practice. So probably next Monday. All right, but just understand that that's coming up. Then we have contest shots, which is also an important point. And this is one that I teach extremely early. And I try to emphasize it. And the smart players get it early. Everyone else, they don't get it until like it shows itself during a game. When some like big time player comes all the way down on the court, he's about to score, and then one of our like smallest players who happens to be smart runs up and just turns him. Just puts their chest up to him and just goes like this and puts him on the opposite side, like over here. Instead of just letting him shoot a layup, you just go to the other side like that, and then the person just smokes a layup. And it's almost impossible to make that layup with someone's chest up against them, and they have to either like do a 360 layup or whatever, and you don't realize how hard that is to like bug someone. It does nothing for you to block their shot, but if you go to the opposite side and make them like shoot some kind of like double clutcher, finger roll on the opposite side, spinning behind their back, whatever, that's the hard shot. All right, just going up with their left hand, that's not hard at all. All right, if they went left hand, if they went right hand, that's the right hand that you want them to avoid. All right, make them shoot with the opposite hand of whichever hand that they're driving with. That is contesting shots on a layup. You also want to contest shots on a jump shot, especially if you're guarding the person just straight up. Don't back off people, man. People hit shots all day long, and again, we don't find this out until either we hit high school and play against good teams, or I guess if we're lucky to make it to college. Or if we leave the state to go play basketball, man, you will see some people like basically everyone above third grade can hit every single shot. Like if they're open, it's just in. Because that's like the easiest thing to practice is your shot. Everyone who like thinks about playing basketball, they practice their shot. I mean, some people will do their dribbling first, but usually they go, I love basketball. It's like, oh, do you do anything? They go, just shoot. You're like, don't learn how to play defense? Nope. You want to learn how to get how to dribble? Nope. Just care about shooting. And everyone shoots first, right? So basically, after a while, anyone can make a shot, and until you see it, you just don't believe it. All right, just like Connor and I were talking about people leaving our program, and like I warned him, he just didn't quite believe it. All right. Seeing is believing. Trust me on this one too. Everyone can make a shot, which is why like just shooting and just being able to make shots is not good enough. You have to be able to like do that, but plus a whole bunch of other stuff to make it to a higher level. So we need to contest shots when we close out. We have to contest shots when we get through screens, all right. And when we rotate, so when we do 4-on-3 scramble, we got to contest shots, all right. And so and when they have the ball in the post, we have to contest their shot, not try to jump and block it. Contest, not jump up and block it. This is one of our 12 focuses. Speaking of our focuses, I will get to our videos probably next week. I usually wait till like the following tournament. But I've been trying to get them out early, but because I'm kind of busy, I'll probably be somewhere in the middle in that regard. I will get out your breakdown video for last tournament sometime within the next 2 weeks. All right, 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and then Olympic drills. How we'll finish that practice up, and that's that. All right, moving on. We got our trivia hella early today. So early with the trivia. It's the last. Is it the last day of the month or second to last day of the month? You can't ever tell. You can't ever tell when it comes down to these months, whether they have 31 or 30 days in them. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this month has 31 days. All right, so this is the second to last day of the month. But either way, you cannot catch Finn Kaufman because he is at 9. You're at 4. Noah Mass at the camera's at 3. Connor Rush is at 2. Shauna Means at 2. And dude, know that Finn has his other team. He's in a different state, different time of day. Can't even watch all the shows. He's still winning. He's not that good at trivia, is he? I do really believe that this is part of his heart to win. He wants to win. Prove to me that you want to win by winning these trivia questions. Prove to me that like you love winning and that you're not tired of it by winning every single one. Even if the ones that don't matter, like this one right now, right here. Okay? All right. So second to last trivia question for the for the month, and then the winner, of course, is going to be Finn. I'll send him yet another coin, and he has to order something so we get to bring it to him in 2 weeks. All right, but the question is this. All right, good luck. All right, the question is, which NBA player scored 60 points on Christmas Day in 1984? I know this answer. All right, which NBA player scored 60 points on Christmas Day in 1984? Did I get it? Oh yeah, I got it. Good luck. Good luck to you and yours. This question is brought to you by Jeopardy, because I'm stealing Jeopardy's song. Because it really just is a very wonderful song to play while people are thinking. It kind of like makes you want to just like go out there and just put your hand right here and just like put your chin on your hand so you can be like the thinker, right? I think, therefore I am. All right. Does anyone have the answer? Let's see. Noah's talking about my new phase is going to be what's crack-a-lackin', The Rock. Take it like a man? I'm sure that you do. I'm sure you do. And that is the answer! That is the answer! Connor Rush with the great answer. It is Bernard King. This one I knew by heart. All right, without any like multiple choice, nothing. I knew that one. All right, the Hall of Fame Knicks forward Bernard Ulysses S. Grant King. All right, had quite the memorable Yuletide performance for the Madison Square Garden faithful, though his squad lost 120 to 114 to the Nets. The Brooklyn native was just the 10th player in NBA history to score 60 or more in a game. That's the answer. Take it or leave it. Bernard King, one of the best scorers to ever play in the NBA. I assume we will be switching off to, because I only have a couple of more of these little thingies right here. All right, we'll be switching off to just going by the page. And the page, you get to go there. You want to click on Limitless Hoops. And then, again, this will be changed up a lot. So my apologies for this, but it'll be on our challenge page. And then you go down to the history of hoops. If you click on that, it brings up this page right here. And you get to go through all these things. And all these things, if you ask anyone who's ever watched the NBA, and they watch it prolifically, I suppose, they would know almost every one of these moments. Any hoops fan. All right, but beyond that, anyone who's ever made the draft is a hoops fan. Like any player, I would say, except for like maybe like some kind of foreign guy who was like 8 feet tall. I don't know. All right, but I would guess 99% of people that get drafted would know every single one of these moments. It's because they're really into basketball. So to put yourself on their level, yes, you have to get better than them, skill wise. Maybe be as tall as they are, faster than them, and stuff like that. But if you don't even know the sport, you're striving to be that 1%. That 1% that just like make it somehow, some way without knowing the game in depth. How are you gonna do that? When every one of those guys, okay, like there might be like a huge percentage of the 99% who are like tall and athletic and like very, very good, but some of them look like you. Couple of them. The 1% that don't know jack squat about basketball that make it, oh my God, they're all 7 feet tall. Like every last one of them, they all grew within a year. They're all freaks of nature. Okay, that's definitely not you. So if you don't know this sport, you have zero chance. So this don't even have to like move around for this stuff. You just get to play it, learn the highlights. There's only 10 top highlights, like Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue, so you can know what people are talking about. Vince Carter's dunk contest. All right. Then there's moments like Kobe's 81 points. There's games, and here like the 2013 Finals, Game 6. All right. With Jesus Shuttlesworth hitting that shot. There's characters like the Worm, Dr. J, Pistol Pete, Grandma Ma. All right. There's insanity like the Mouse at the Palace. Maybe you ask your parents if you can watch that one. There's non-NBA ones like Chris Webber's Timeout, Leitner's Shot, which is just insane right there. Hank Gather's Death, sad stuff too, right? Kobe's death is up there. All right. There's stuff that we couldn't even include above, like just a whole bunch of extras, like Kobe Bryant airballing 4 shots. Such an inspirational story. Shaq and Kobe's beef right there. Jerry the Logo West 3/4 quarter shot. If you can watch all these videos, and you can watch a random one by pressing the button above right here. You press this and it'll give you a random video like Havlicek stole the ball. There's a moment where this guy,
I was just thinking I did what I was
John
supposed to do.
Havlicek,
I didn't realize
he stole the ball, and it's like one of the most iconic plays in Boston history.
Get a good spot
All right.
for a rebound. Havlicek is a real scrambler.
And the play in the end, let's see if I can find the play. Is it right here? And Sam Jones was the guy that actually wound up with it, but it's very just a famous play. They threw the ball long, playing against Will Chamberlain's team.
I think that the good players see the game in slow motion, and actually they.
But yes, you can learn all about that stuff by going to that page. Anyways, that's my endorsement, and I'm done with that. Anyways, but if you watch the game, you will love the game, and it'll love you back. All right. Moving on, we got our middle school stuff. This is stuff that we will be doing tomorrow. We have star passing, which went pretty well last time, I believe, except for the make it hot time. We had to bring it closer and closer and go faster and faster. You guys kind of struggled at that. Post catch, quick finishes. This also applies for rebounding. We did the one-on-one rebounding yesterday, and when you catch a ball, you gotta go just straight up. All right, don't worry about the defense. I saw one of our highlight tapes, and we were playing against a team, and the guy caught the rebound and he put the ball low. All of our hands were right over him, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty aggressive, nice job, but that's a foul waiting to happen. All that kid has to do is just throw his hands up. You guys think that like Joel Embiid is never getting fouled, but like if someone's hand is like this, or even like this, or even like out like that, all you have to do is hit their arm. It's their job to move. And that is not very fair. It is not very fair. I totally admit it. But the opposite would be more unfair. So if, let's say, a scarecrow had its arm out like that, and I just ran my hardest and I just hit the scarecrow, who was not moving, wasn't planning to move, and I shot the shot, it's a foul. Even though he couldn't even move his arm. His arm was just there in my path, right? And why this is because, let's say that it wasn't a scarecrow. Let's say he was just running, and at the last second, he just put his arm out or his leg out and tripped me. Yes, he wasn't moving, I was moving, but a trip should definitely be a foul, right? So momentum doesn't really factor into like whether it's a foul or not. It's like, did they impede your path? And impeding your path is such a tricky question because, yes, you are trying to impede their path. You're trying to stop them. But you're not really allowed to because they don't know your intention, whether you were like there first or not, whether he was going up before your hand was there. And it's such a tricky like bang play that you can't tell. So they just go on the offensive side and they say, okay, it's off. Offense gets the benefit of the doubt. So it's your job to get there and then move out of the way, which is insane. I mean, that they ask us to do that on defense. And basically, this is an offensive player's game. When they do it the other way, no one likes to watch that game. So in the end, money talks. So like they favor in terms of the offense. So take advantage of that. And with this play, you catch the ball up high, and so anyone's in your way, just turn and go right into them. They have to move. They have to jump back. And you're going to get a lot of fouls on your behalf. And I've seen players that have totally just bought into this. Like Katrina Schwett-Weezer was the best one. She just would have just ran into people. She like lived on the free throw line. Like anyone. People couldn't run away from her fast enough. All right. I don't even know if she could make the layup even. Then we got 3-on-3 defensive positioning, which is one of my favorite ones because it teaches you guys to truly play defense the correct way. I think that I walked through it last time. But make sure that you're in the right spots on the 3-on-3 defensive positioning, jumping up as fast as you can. We're getting better and better at that. If we get this, I've told you this before. If we get 3-on-3 defensive positioning like down pat, like perfect, and if we learn how to box out, and then we learn how to get through screens, and then lastly learn how to break a press, then we are on our way to beating basically any team in the country. All right, those are like major components. After that, we have to like learn how to dribble, run a play, and shoot. Okay? And those things are fun. Those things you like see. Those things you're like, of course we have to do those things. But the first 4 that I named, you wouldn't even think about those things. All right? But without the first 4, you don't even get to do the other ones. If you can't cross half court or can't stop them from scoring, then yeah, you're going to lose no matter what. All right? So this one is one of the main 4, and I would say the very first one of the 4. 3-on-3 defensive positioning. It's an extremely important thing. So understand it, know what we're doing. All right. I talked about it last time, so I won't go over it in depth this time. But yes, if you have any questions, please ask me about it. But it's just jumping off. Make sure that your ball side foot is up. You guys have all gotten way better. I saw it yesterday. All right, so fantastic job with that stuff. All right, then we have I believe this is press break dribble repeat, where we dribble the ball off the sideline and then swing back. And this is exactly how to break a press. So we get to do 2 of the 4 tomorrow. All right, how to break a press, how to pass, how to sprint forward, but it all starts with going forward. I will point out during our last tournament that when Connor had a chance to break the press, he went the wrong way. He's on the left-hand side, Jake was on the right, and he went toward the right because he's right-handed. All right, when the entire left side was wide open, so he brought himself right into traffic, then got super frustrated. All right, do the things the correct way, and we won't get into those issues. 49 seconds down by 3. Full court dead ball. Dead ball means that we can't move. All right. If we have 8 seconds left and we're down by 3, make our free throws, of course. Then, since we're down by 1, we don't need to miss a free throw on purpose. And I would say that we over deny, but if they get the ball in, foul them because they can just. There is no 5-second call behind half court. All right. So they can just run the clock out. So I would say foul immediately, but try to overly deny. You want as much of that 8 seconds on the clock as you can. All right, with the ball way down there after they shoot their 2 free throws, whether you're down by 2 or 3 afterwards, all right, or even 1. All right, if you make one, miss one, same exact thing. If you miss both of them, you have to foul right away on the rebound. And I would even say foul as the rebound's going up because they may not call it. And if you can get the ball while fouling them and they don't call it, good. And if you foul while you're going for the rebound, who cares? You were going to foul them anyways. So you can use that opportunity to kind of extra go for the rebound, which is why a lot of teams get last second rebounds. When their team is down, you see them like getting a whole bunch of offensive rebounds in a row. It's because they're willing to hack now. All right, so be willing to foul, and like a lot of times the refs don't want to put the game in their hands. They will let anything go in the last seconds because they don't want to be the person to call a foul and just ruin the whole thing. They want the game to be decided on the court. They even say that in like meetings and stuff. So yes, hack the crap out of them in this situation. If you're down by 3 and the free throw's up and miss, all right, with about 8 seconds left because you're fouling them anyways. And then we have bigs versus guards. All right, I don't know how many bigs we really have, but people that play in the post versus our guards. All right, and we do that just so that the guards have a chance to be low post players and the low post players have a chance to be guards. So we can see if we're missing anything, but also so you can expand how you play the game. All right, speaking of how you play the game, watch the story of the day. The most important key to achieving great success is to decide upon your goal and launch, get started, take action, move. So we're going with decide, launch, start, act, move. All right, decide. If you want to achieve success, you have to decide to do it. And it's funny how many of you guys are on that step right now. I asked specific questions yesterday before practice, and people were like, "Oh, I don't know." And it wasn't questions like, "Do you want to make the NBA?" Because everyone says that one. It was like, "Do you want to play in a year? Will you try to play in high school?" And they were like, "Oh, I don't know." They're not even decided yet. If you're not even decided yet, well, you don't even know what your goal is, you're probably not going to get that goal. Okay? So make sure that you decide. All right? That's the first step. All right? The next step is to launch. To actually go out there and figure out a plan. And again, we have our plan in this Limitless Hoops book. All right? It's right here for you. All right, the plan is right there. So launch your plan. All right. The next one is to start it. To actually start doing it. Don't just buy the book. Actually start doing it, and that's a hard step right there. All right. And once you start doing it, once you start putting the pedal to the metal, all right, that's when you want to act upon it. All right. Act upon it meaning like you start telling everyone. You start acting in a certain way. Act as if, right? Like, I'm a pro, period. And you start believing it, right? And because you're doing all the right things, you plan the course of action, you're doing it. Now start believing in it, all right? Act as if, all right? And then the last one is to move, all right? I would say this too. Not just like physically move. Like, move others. Like, emotionally move them, all right? Move yourself, all right? And I think that all those goals are very, very important. So just basically don't just sit there, don't just dream things, all right? But make them come into fruition. Got that? All right. To finish up, we got our homework. Who's posting? We got Connor Rush back at it. Connor Rush, welcome back. Wide Ingos throwing the ball off the wall. Aiden Wong, great job, man. Aiden has been doing extremely well lately. All right, Noah Master with the ball spin still. I gotta see you spin that ball in person. That was yesterday for Kieran and stuff. I think that was yesterday. Maybe it was today. I'm not sure. Rohit back posting. All right, posting a whole bunch. Great job, Rohit. All right, high school stuff, the stuff that we already went through. Is layups, sideline to bounce for shots, zone flex screens. We talked a lot about the zone flex stuff. All right, so understanding how to screen people in, how to play defense too. Reading and reacting the don't cross half court on the trap, and then 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and then 5-on-5 Nash, then dash, running the Nashville, and then playing a game. I don't think we actually did that one, but it's all right. Last thing that I'll talk about is the picture of the day, and this is the Boston Celtics, man. They were doing as bad as like the freaking Lakers. Then they turned it around. How did they turn it around? When they have young players, that helps. But they centered everything on defense from the very, very beginning. Right? And it took them a while to understand the defense, to understand what they were doing, to hang their hats on it, and for it to come around. But once it did, man, they were like in like the running for like winning the whole thing now. They were out of the playoff picture for a second. All right, so if you hang your hat on defense, you have a chance. Whether your shot's not falling or whatever, defense is the one thing that you can do to ensure that you always have a chance to win the game or the season. All right, so take your time with it. And people are going to make shots against you. That happens, man. It's ups and downs, right? A great offense will always beat great defense, but there's only so many greats out there that can play great every single day. So for a basketball player, hang your hat on defense, and you'll always have a chance. And these Boston Celtics have kept themselves in the party. All right, homeboy to the left just got hurt, but with defense, the whole team defense, they'll probably replace him real soon. All right, so hang your hat on defense just like the Boston Celtics did. Fantastic job to them. Don't forget that the quote of the day, guys, is "I can, therefore I am." And fantastic job to all the people that have been posting homework and have been coming to the workouts and to practices. Great job. Keep showing up, and keep showing out, you guys. All right, that's my time. I'm out. Cue my music. Reese's Pieces, homies.